How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down my M1 Finance portfolio. I want to share what stocks I hold, ETFs I hold, any changes I've made from the previous update video. And let me tell you, hint, hint, I've made some changes. And we're going to break down my thought process with how I'm constructing this portfolio moving forward. So if you all find value, smash the like button, go down below, get your $50 free from M1 Finance, which runs out here in September. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, and we each get $50 to invest with. And you guys could check out my Patreon for all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, a morning update video, and more access to me throughout the day. All of that is on Patreon, link down below, and let's get right into the video. So you see the value up here, guys. It's $11,800. And before you get on my case and you're like, Stas, what the heck? Didn't you almost have 16 grand in this portfolio? Yes, I did, guys. Yes, I did. And I sold out of some stocks. And if you look here at the top, I have almost $4,000 in cash. And full disclosure, I didn't take a single dime out of this portfolio. It still has the same amount of cash. And I've told you before, or, the same amount, but now I've just sold out. And I've told you before, I'm not looking to withdraw any money from this portfolio anytime soon. I've only deposited money in, and that's how it's going to be for the foreseeable future, right? I'm just going to keep on putting money in, taking advantage of compound interest, buying stocks that I love and that I believe are good values. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because I sold out of some stocks that I thought we're getting a bit overvalued, right? Overvalued. And I'm going to break all of that down in a couple of minutes. But first, let's look at my portfolio construction right now and what I'm doing. So 11,800 is what it's currently sitting at. We're currently up $15 on the day. This week so far, we're down almost 300. It hasn't been a great week. On the month, we're down about 250. On the quarter, we're up 440. And on the year, we're up about $2,600. So let's break down what's been going on as of late, what I'm holding right now. So I did once, believe it or not, once upon a time, I owned about 20 holdings in this portfolio. And for $10,000 at the time when I held 20, I think that was just way too many holdings. So over the past couple of months, as the portfolio has been growing in size, I've been trimming down and focusing more on companies and ETFs that I believe are worth holding, good values, and that I have the highest conviction in. So this is what I'm holding right now. VOO is number one, the S&P 500 ETF. This is about 21% of my portfolio right now, but I do want to get it up to 30%, right? So that's number one, and I'm going to build it out over the next couple of months, and this is something that I continue buying in no matter what, whether the S&P's at all-time highs, we're selling off very drastically, I'm going to be averaging in to my VOO, right? So that's the top holding. That's not changing. That is going to be the staple of this portfolio. Number two, we have Google, GOOG. 15% of my portfolio is what it should be. That's the goal. But now it's a little bit over. It's at about 18.5% of the portfolio. So that's number two, and that's my highest conviction stock, my favorite stock out there. So that's why it's the biggest in this portfolio and in other portfolios as well, quite honestly. And the thing about M1 Finance is, guys, it doesn't have cash in the pie, if that makes any sense. Even though cash, in my opinion, others have different opinions, I think cash is a position. I don't even think that is an opinion. That's a fact. I mean, cash is a position, but it's not included in the percentages here. What is included is that 11,800 that's invested. So if cash was in these percentages or a slice in the pie, it would skew or change the existing percentages. So Google would be about 15% if we had cash in here, probably even less, to be honest. Alibaba would be about 10%, which is where I want it to be. Right now, Alibaba is about 13%. So understand that the fact that cash isn't included in the pie, that skews the percentages a bit. But bear with me. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And quite frankly, it's not a big deal, to be honest. And number 3 here, we have Alibaba. I've been buying Alibaba a lot as of late. The stock is currently trading. Where is it at now? Let's see. The stock's at 172 today. My average is 195. I own about 9 shares in this account. And I'm going to be averaging in. I'm going to continuously buy in. Maybe not day after day, but every week I'm going to be buying Alibaba. I think I bought recently about $400 in this account this week, actually, and we'll look at that in a second. So stock number 4 is Amazon. This is about 7% of my portfolio now. My goal is to have it at about 10 to 12%. We'll get it up there in due time. Under Amazon, we have, let's take a look here. We have Tesla, which I want to be about 5% of my portfolio. Now it's at about 7%. We have PayPal under that. It's currently at about 7% as well. I want it to be around 5%. And let's see, what else do we got, guys? Under PayPal, now we have some of my inflation hedge positions. We have GDX at about 7%. I want it at 5%, so that I'm probably not going to be buying any more of. XLE, 6% is where it is now. That's an energy ETF. I want it at 5%. So overall, as my inflation hedge positions and more cash flow oriented, especially with XLE with that dividend coming in, I have XLE, I have GDX, and then under that we have Disney, which is 5% of my portfolio, and MasterCard at 5%. So you may be asking yourself, Stas, there's a lot of stocks missing. You're right. I sold out of some stocks. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 holdings, which is perfect. I want to keep it at 10 holdings. And if I pop up my activity, let's pull up trading only. You guys will be able to see. Let me make my face smaller here so we can clearly see everything going on. These are all my trades as of late. And the past 5 days, there's been a lot of trading. So starting with August 13th, we have buys and sells. I ended up selling out of Pepsi, Microsoft, Barrick Gold, and ExxonMobil. Those are 4 stocks I sold out of in August. And mind you guys, all of these I made a pretty good profit on. I believe Pepsi I sold at 150. My average was 130. Microsoft, my average was 208. I sold in the 280s, I believe. Or actually, no, 290 I sold Microsoft. If we pull up Barrick Gold, I sold at about 20. My average was 19 on that one. ExxonMobil, I sold at 56. My average was about 42 or something like that. So I sold out of those 4 stocks for different reasons. I mean, I sold out of Exxon because I wanted to focus more on the broad-based ETF, which Exxon is already in that ETF. I sold Barrick Gold because GDX owns Barrick Gold, so I wanted to kind of consolidate my gold and energy investments. And Microsoft and Pepsi, quite frankly, I thought those were getting a bit too frothy in valuation. I don't want to dive too deep into that, but I sold out of Pepsi for that reason. The P is almost 30 with practically no growth. So I'm out of that. Microsoft, I'm out as well. Made a good profit there. And if Microsoft gets back to a decent value, don't get me wrong, it's a great company. I'll be buying back in. But for now, I want to take my profits, raise some cash, and that's what I'm doing. And I bought about $100 VOO that day, August 13th, and $200 Alibaba at about 187. So that's a move, a couple of moves I made on the 13th. August 16th, I bought more Alibaba at $185 per share. Bought more GDX, more XLE, and I sold Starbucks and J&J for the same exact reasons why I sold Microsoft and Pepsi. I believe J&J is getting frothy, overvalued, and Starbucks. And quite frankly, I made a great gain on Starbucks. I bought at $80, sold at like 116, I believe. Yeah, 116. And that was a 30% gain, so I'm out of that. And J&J, I bought at 150, sold in the high 170s. Nice, about 15% gain on that, not including dividends. And on August 17th, yesterday, I bought $150 of Alibaba at $177 per share. I bought more, this is a little buy of Amazon and Google, $50, 7 $27 on Amazon, and I bought more VOO. Like I said, guys, I buy VOO $100 pretty much every single week at least. That is the goal. And then I sold, I trimmed a bit of Disney here at 177, trimmed it down a little bit because it was getting a little bit too hot. Again, I wanted about 5% of my portfolio. Then I sold a little bit of Microsoft as well at MasterCard at 360 to trim that one down as well. So overall, since the last time I made an update, guys, I've trimmed about 6 stocks, or completely cut out of 6 stocks. Bear Gold, Pepsi, Microsoft, Exxon, that's 4, Starbucks, J&J. I mean, I sold out of 6 stocks. And not to say I'm bearish on those stocks, but at some point, you have to have a sell price. And a lot of those got to the point where the P's were getting hot. I wanted to raise cash, and I was looking to trim the fat on the portfolio, and I locked in profits on all of them. So that's a big change, big changes I've made to the portfolio as of late, guys. And moving forward, to be honest, this is what I'm going to be rocking with. I'm going to be focusing on just building up my S&P ETF, averaging in on that to get it to 30%. I want to keep Google around 15%. And in terms of individual stocks, I mean, I really think Baba is insanely undervalued. So I'm going to just be buying that pretty much every week as well. And just holding tight. I'm holding tight. And let's say we get a correction in the stock market, even a bear market in 2022 or maybe late 2021. I'm going to have about 3, 4, 5,000 in cash. Don't be scared to have cash, guys. That's the truth. Have a cash balance because then I'm going to be averaging in to these other stocks here that I absolutely love. I have high conviction in MasterCard, Disney, PayPal, Tesla, Amazon, Baba, Google. If Google dropped 10%, I'm going to be buying another $500 of Google, at least in this account. If Amazon were to get under $2,800, which is my average cost in this account, $2,500, I'm going to be buying more Amazon, right? So that's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment, check out my Patreon if you want all my real-time buys, sells, and call-outs, not only from this account, but for my main accounts as well. All of that's on Patreon, plus you get a morning update video and more access to me throughout the day. And you guys could check out the M1 link if you like this platform that I just covered in this video. There's a great promotion link down below. All you have to do is use that link, deposit $100, and we each get $50 to invest with, guaranteed. And do that now. If you want it, you got to do it now because it's running out in early September. So use those links, take advantage. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Again, as always, keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace out.